A true icon in the world of music and really a beacon of inspiration for millions of people all around the world. Amy Grant has had an incredible career. As we were actually talking about, Shannon and I, we worked together at Connoisseur Media, and we definitely had your cassettes. We love those. But her career spans over decades. She has touched people with her music, obviously, all over the world. And her voice has not only filled arenas, but has really filled hearts, which I think is what God wanted you to do, Amy Grant. And you do that beyond just her lyrics. She embodies resilience, compassion, a relentless pursuit of spreading joy through her art. And today we are so honored to have her grace right here on this stage and be our special guest speaker for tonight's Bridgeport Rescue Mission event. So please help me welcome to the stage the incredible Amy Grant. I know. So Amy, first of all, talk to us about how you have this incredible career in music and entertainment, and somehow addiction recovery had something to do with your story. How?
Where do I start? I'm from a large family, and when I was a little girl, my favorite aunt was in recovery. And she was actually my great aunt, my grandmother's youngest sister. And anyway, she's just such a part of my life. And I have a lot of people from my family in recovery. And I think I told you on our conversation, if I had to make a blind draw to go through some, I don't even know what to say. There was some challenge and I had to make a blind draw. And I knew absolutely nothing, not age, not male, not female, not anything about somebody. And you were allowed to ask one question. I would say, has anybody been through the 12-step program? And that's who I want to go through this with. And anyway, so we are involved with rescue missions. In fact, we're hosting a retreat at our farm this coming week. And life just brings us all into each other's company through the craziest ways. And I'm glad I'm here tonight.
I mean, we're so glad that you're here tonight. I mean, so you mentioned the farm, which I had the incredible opportunity to learn more about when you and I were talking off the air. Does everyone know about Amy Grant's farm? Because it's pretty No? Do tell about your farm, please.
Okay, in a nutshell, back in 1994, there's so much building in Nashville, and there was a farm that was going to be developed. 3 different people, I was one of them, went in to just purchase this farm just so it wouldn't be developed. It's on a little tiny country road. For 20 years, I would go visit that farm. It had an old barn from the 1800s. We kind of shored that up. 3 little cabins, one room, like tiny. And not Ralph Lauren snakes and mice. And
those are the best kind.
Yeah. Anyway, so after about 20 years of owning that farm, so the year is 2014, and I was driving my dad. Is this a story you can tell?
I love this story.
So my mother had already passed away in 2011, and my sisters and I have 3 older sisters, and on Sundays we would take my dad for a drive, and it was hard to take him alone because he'd lost all communication skills because of dementia. But we would just drive around Nashville, drive through old neighborhoods, try to find things that might interest him, and he mostly just liked to be in the car. And so this one particular day, I was in the driver's seat. My father was in the front passenger seat with his pull-up on a pad, just letting you know how digressed he had gone. 2 of my siblings were in the back and another friend. And when all the women got in the car, I said, I cannot explain. I feel like the farm is calling to me. And I don't know why. I've owned it for 20 years. I'll never live there. I don't know. I'm not sure. It's just, Anyway, they said, let's drive. Well, there was only one driveway and a bunch of fields and mostly forest. And so my father never said a word to anybody. He's just fixated on that seatbelt. And when he did talk, it was just like a tossed salad. And one of my sisters in the back seat said, well, like, what are you thinking? I said, I don't know. I just feel like I get so much from walking in the woods here. But I work so hard. Sometimes I'm only out here 2 or 3 times a year. We just kept it from a development. And she said, what do you imagine? And I said, I imagine children everywhere. I imagine women. I imagine people that need a place to come and feel safe, maybe just like having retreats or campouts, or we're not zoned for any of this, by the way. But anyway, I think I yammered on for 2 hours and I was so emotional the whole time. And at the end, the friend said, what if this is the adventure of the rest of your life? And I said, well, I don't know how that adventure starts. And she said, well, I think we should just say a prayer together that you stay out of the way. And I went, okay. So we drove up to the hillside where my mom's ashes are buried. And we all got out, and the 4 women and the friend, my dad was still playing with his seatbelt, but the window was down next to his seat. And she put her hand on his chest and said, Doc, I just miss my dad so much. I want to have my hand on a dad while we're praying. And my father made eye contact with all of us for the first time that day. And he said, this is all going to happen. We were like, what? And then he said, and there'll be great celebration. And the next thing out of his mouth was total nonsense. And anyway, so when somebody asked me, and I had a friend that we do all kinds of short things. I met with a lawyer and I said, how can I do this? I'm not zoned for anything. And he said, if everyone is your guest, if you never charge anybody for anything, if it's not a rental space, but everyone that enters the farm is your personal guest, you can do anything you want. And so that's how I got in now. And we've a few years now hosting retreats for men and women in the life recovery program at different rescue missions around the country. So
I told you the farm was cool, right? Amazing. And so what is it that I guess resonates for you? Obviously, this is something that connects to your family and people that were really close to you. But when you see total strangers who are going through addiction recovery, are just trying to find that helping hand, what does that do for you? Why do you continue to work on this?
I loved William's story. And we all need community. And Justin, I love your story as well. And to find a place, it can be a church, it can be the rescue mission, but to find community changes the future. And you know, I'm just taking it one day at a time. I don't have an overall plan, but yeah, those 2 success stories that we heard tonight are reason enough to get involved and just to say yes. That's kind of my strategy, no matter what comes to me, to kind of listen to my gut. And if it says yes, say yes.
I know you've been working with rescue missions, including ones like ours at the Bridgeport Rescue Mission. What would be your message? Obviously, we have so many supporters in this room, but for others to encourage and to follow that lead of just less judgment, more love, more understanding, and just open-mindedness and being supportive.
Yeah, well, life can turn on a dime. You know, any one of us could have some kind of change that would take away the things we count on, and we would be in a completely different scenario. And life changes on a dime for all kinds of people. And Can I sing something just on this microphone?
You don't have to ask me to do anything, Amy Grant. I'm just going to sit right here and be quiet.
Well, it's just a question. What if I were that mother staring from my TV? What if that were my brown-eyed baby, hungry as she could be? What if that were my family? What if that was my world? Waiting on water, waiting on a vaccine, waiting on someone to bring me a bag of beans. Lord, have mercy on me. Lord, have mercy on me. Lord, have mercy on me. Have mercy on me. What if I were that mother and I was waiting on me, the big success, so well dressed on the other side of the street, living with my distractions, 'cause life's been good to me. Maybe she's praying for a miracle. Maybe the answer is me. Lord, have mercy on me. Lord, have mercy on me. Lord, have mercy on me. Have mercy on me. 'Cause I was born in Georgia, where I could do as I please. And I can get my hands on just about anything I might need. Who's this homeless woman? Who is she to me? Could be mother, could be daughter, could be sister to me. Lord, have mercy on me. Lord, have mercy on me. Lord, have mercy on me. Have mercy on me. In my heart, we are all connected, all of us. And that's why I want to be involved just like you do.
Okay, so it strictly says in my contract that you weren't allowed to make me cry, so I'm just not going to look at you anymore. Amy Grant, I tell you, I don't even know where to go with you. Can you just keep singing? Can I just be done and can you just keep singing? That would be like better for me and probably everybody, right? I mean, I think if Amy Grant keeps singing, I think that's what we want. That would be amazing. I think you're incredible. I think you're such an inspiration. I've known that since I was a little kid and I used to listen to you. And this is so neat. This right here is really cool. The fact that you're willing to talk to some wackadoodle is really
wackadoodles.
I knew it. I knew it. I've known for years. It's really amazing. I think that what you're saying, our entire world needs to hear. And I don't know how to get 1 million cameras in here and 1 million microphones hooked up to you, but I wish you could share that with everybody because, man, does our world need to hear that. I mean, our world needs to hear that. So thank you.
You know what, to me, the real adventure is what happens through all the connection. I mean, the miracles happen when you we all have our scripts for life. We're all trained for whatever we do. But there's a point for everybody where you get to the end of your training. You get to the end of that script and you go, is this it? This was the whole ball of wax? Like, where was the thrill I dreamed of when I was a kid? And I'm telling you, the thrill is connection. The thrill is when surplus meets need. The thrill is when old meets young. The thrill is when cannot walk meets runner, and one carries the other. I mean, it's just, that's the fun. That's the adventure.
Yeah, I think that's the whole purpose of us being here, right? Yeah, it's a beautiful thing. Amy Grant, amazing.